Hello. Today I'm having a quick talk about Bwete, and I'm not going into what this is so much as to address the current situation prevalent in our experience in modern society in the Western world. My direction here and what I'm looking to do is to make people privy to the current climate in our Western world with Iboga, Bwete, retreat centers, and also the situation in Gabon. So I think I'll start by mentioning that somehow, if we were being sane about this situation, if we really want to explore what I'm about to say, we need to start saying, how is it that the present situation of the delivery of Iboga and Bwete in the West, all of this authority has fallen upon these agencies. And there are two agencies in Gabon who have this authority on Iboga, meaning because they're a business, they are business models, they have an influence on a crowd who is wanting to fix a sickness. Therefore, there's a profit in someone's sickness. That's unavoidable. People need to look after them, and we're providing an opportunity, yes, but what we're saying is there needs to be a sane delivery of what Bwete truly is. Because at the moment, it is beyond anything fair that these people have become the authority of Bwete. When we're looking at Bwete, when you go online, these are the only people you see. But the fact remains is true Bwete will never be prevalent in the material world outside of what we're now doing at Ikara with Mboka Anazambe, God's village. The distinctions I'm making here is that for someone to truly learn what Bwete is, not just what you're being told in the West, because these forms of information are deviant. It's a fact. They're Gondet forms of Bwete, and these branches are fetishism and worship of object and other elements that are underpinning their development. They're modern adaptations which are bereft of the originators of the Bwete culture, which is the First Nations Pygmies, that use the male angelic forces within the female biological frame of true spirituality. So for us to say that Bwete is just to say you're the same as the next man. So this is where we launch into the conversation. I'd like to make some very important points and distinctions that our purpose as missionaries and spiritualists in the true Bwete tradition are looking to offer free education and adaptation of the wholeness, which is the Bwete spiritualism. Presently, these places I'm talking about are all offering fragmentary delivery of what the spirituality is, which means, as I've said before, that they are not of the understanding, and this is not a personal slur, it's just a fact of what the spirituality is. And I'm representing my teachers and my people in my villages who have these opinions. That's why I'm here. There's no time for me to have a personal agenda of these people in the West not doing this and I'm doing this. It's not that at all. It's that I'm protecting the sovereignty and the truth, because within this, which I follow every day, within this is the only way that one can become whole, which is to be healed, to be holy. Because if we're sick, we're in confusion, which means we are fragmentary. We can't see that we're doing it, because if we could see, we wouldn't be that. So the idea is to be brought into knowledge of self, and that can only come from a whole perspective delivery. The deliveries that have been given to you today are materially driven. Whether they say they're not or not, or people run counter to what I'm saying, is irrelevant. Because the fact remains, it's a fragmentary delivery. You are saying it does this, Iboga does this, Bwete is this, Bwete is that. These are all definitions which further serve to fragmentize what is whole. It's paradoxical. So what matters is our relationship. Imbutu means imbibongo, to reconcile with God. Man's reconciliation with God. That is the whole premise of the true spiritualism that is Bwete. For it to fall away as it's done is exactly that, a falling from grace. And we know through epistemes in time with other cultures of this happening. And this can be traced to pre-dynastic Egypt. And the dynastic Egyptians and the esoteric schools, when they were dissolved, have spawned the current fragmentation in which we experience. And therefore the other forms of Bwete which happened, like Gonde forms of Masoko and Senanguilla, they happen as a result of interaction with colonial force. There's no way that a person coming to Iboga can truly obtain the healing if the person delivering you the Iboga is still working in these forms. It will do something for you. But the idea is for you to understand that nothing happened to you, you did it. That's what Iboga wants. That's because it's you. And this is of the utmost importance. So I'd like to just say that for people looking, what you should do is don't listen to me. I've said this many times, because if you are, you're definitely going to find yourself in conflict. I'm asking you to listen to yourself, listen to me, and the others, everyone, and see where the wholeness is. The truth will be revealed. But it's very important, and time is of the essence right now, for us to actually move towards the true teachings, because this at the moment is getting out of hand. It's materially driven. And I'm trying to show you, because I spend time in this part of the world, and I'm here telling you, also working with this, a truly authentic operational village, not a part-time village where people go to work every day in the city, just outside the city in Buffoon or something. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about a truly operational village that is not materially driven, that's not looking to profit from initiating people or trying to create something that doesn't exist in the culture like Iboga provide or anything else. Anytime money enters these things, it damages it. Of course, we all know that. And I know that people listening will clearly feel that in their heart. You know that. Everyone knows that. The world is becoming awake. So it's time to be careful where we pass on our ability to be awake when we're looking to experience Iboga as well. Because just because someone's offering Iboga doesn't mean that they're awake. Not at all. In fact, 90% of them are not. That's what I'm saying. So we're here to make distinctions so we can educate. And we want people to be privy to the true angelic force so they become whole and emancipate their mental capacity to be the very person that they need to be, which is free of confusion, disease, or malady. That's the whole purpose. Under God, that's when you sit with God. Everyone wants a still mind. So purpose here is to actually elucidate that it's important to understand, to not just assume someone's information that's occurring, because once again, none of it that's occurring in the West to do with Bwete or Iboga is accurate. It's not. And the people even purveying it, they might feel that it is. And that's good, because that's their belief. But the fact is, regardless of their belief and what they think, it is not. And there's ways for us to deliver this and show you. You can learn. You can learn how this works. That's why I'm here offering this. It must be a whole delivery of the science. Anything else is a fragmentation, once again. We'll hear this a lot. So our purpose and our mission is to deliver an exemplary offering built upon a platform of the people representing a sane reciprocity with a village in the West through an NGO, non-for-profit organization such as Iboga and Bwete. Any contribution that comes to our guests here does not go into my material pocket. It pays for my bills and then goes to them, every last cent, because we do not need that material. The benefits for us is more of this reciprocation with God and spiritual elevation, which is everything when you walk the path of Bwete, which is a pathless land, and must be lived, breathed, and acted upon, not in ideation, which these people are living in. It's to live it. Not go to a ceremony here and there and then go out and sell other psychedelics or go to parties. This is not Bwete. I'm sorry, it never will be. And that's another thing we're here to educate on people what it truly is. It must be encompassed and embodied and felt and delivered through action. So I am going to give my thanks to Nzambe Kana, first and foremost, the Sun, King Adamangana, my spiritual father, my brothers and sisters at Iboga and Nzambe, the 7 villages in Dubois, Babongo, Otimoi, and thank you for everyone listening, and for anyone considering. Please feel free to lean on us to provide more information on the process of Iboga according to the First Nations, above and beyond the current material offerings, which are of fragmentation. Thank you.